everyone, and welcome back to the Nova Nook podcast. I'm your host as ever, one of them anyway. Badminton8, joined as ever by the Obsidian Nook. Why don't you say hello?
Hello.
It's currently very hot in England, so excuse us if we're like out of breath or we sound really hot. We're also lazy bastards.
It's not even, that's like 21 and we're just melting over here.
It's hot. It do be a hot fucking day. The old men are out in their shorts and vests. For the one day of the year we get sun and heat. But yeah, anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about a film that's shot basically entirely in the dark. We are talking about the iconic, the Governator himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, as the Terminator, of course. The original. Before we get into the weird fucking sequels that come along later. But yeah, we're doing the very, very 80s original. My god, the hair, the fashion, everything is just very of the era. If I do say so, I'm not from the 80s and neither are you, but still, it's very stereotypical 80s. As I said to you, this is a borderline horror film. There's not much difference between him and, say, Michael Myers.
It didn't feel like horror.
It's not horror, it's borderline horror. Because what's the difference between him and Michael Myers? Nothing, really, if you think about it. Doesn't say a lot, doesn't stop, is just destined to kill them. Except this Terminator actually dies in this film, and Michael Myers lives forever until the last film. The last film as of recording, I should say, because you know they're going to make another one. No? Yeah, give it a few more years and they'll reboot it again.
Well, if it hasn't got the original, well, not the original cast, but you know, the cast from the last 3 films, then, yeah, it'll be shit.
You say that. You like the Rob Zombie films, and that didn't have the original cast in it.
Yeah, but then we had the second one, and I didn't even know it was. Like, it makes sense. The first one.
Oh yeah, you said you had the first Halloween before, you had the second Halloween before the first one, and you were just like, "What is happening? What is this film?" And then it was like, "Oh, there's a first. Oh, that makes sense now." Gee, it's a good thing it doesn't say in the title Halloween 2. Or did you just think that was Halloween Well,
because I can't read, it didn't say number 2, it had, 2 lines.
Yeah, Halloween or Halloween E.
Oh, what are they called? Numeral?
Yeah, I know, I'm joking. Two L's or 2 I's. Or E. But yeah, anyway, enough about that. So yeah, we're doing the Terminator. Like I say, the Governator himself, hamming it up with just being this unkillable machine. Unkillable in quotation marks up until the end. Yeah, so you basically had no idea what the hell this film was about. You were confused throughout of what...
I've heard of it, because Mum had it. But I've never watched it with her.
It's good, I really like it. It's an icon. It's one of them films where you've heard of it, you've heard it's one of those films which is like, it's just the quotes and everything. Like, I'll be back. You come with me if you want to live. It's all of those lines where you hear them for the first time and you go, they're going to be repeated throughout the franchise over and over again. And Come With Me If You Want to Live is basically the one. But yeah, this is a classic on par with its sequel that we will cover at a later date. I think it's come off of Prime now, so I'll have to find it somewhere. But yeah, this is, like I say, it's very much like Halloween in the sense that there's this unstoppable force hunting a woman down to stop her baby being the leader of the resistance.
Very awkward, cheesy sex.
We have an 80s sex scene where it's lots of rubbing faces together. There's a bit of boob. These films are just Man,
weird kissing they do, where they don't kiss, they just open their mouths and they're like, "Whoa."
they sort of like they open their mouths and sort of rub them against each other. They do all the faces. Like, if you've seen our Halloween 3... Why did I say it like that? What was the emphasis? The Halloween 3 episode, not review, they're episodes now. I'm still getting used to that. There was the really awkward sex scene in that, where it just sort of happened. This makes sense, because obviously...
Oh, and Arnold had his ding-dong out.
Oh, yeah.
It's just really
Arnold was, I believe, actually in LA, fully naked, with full Terminator penis, Jesus, penar and cock and balls, man ass. Like they did hire a bodybuilder, so I mean, show him off, you know. Poor old Bill Paxton and his unnamed lackeys getting beaten up by a fucking naked Austrian. I think he's from Austria. Also, as I said to you, Bill Paxton is the only person to be killed by a predator, a Terminator, and an alien. Which is mad. As in by alien, I mean a xenomorph, not just alien full stop. We will cover those films. We've covered the first Predator, which also had Arnold Schwarzenegger in. Because you thought that we had already covered this because we'd done an Arnold Schwarzenegger film. Because you were like, haven't we done one of them already? And I was like, yes, and we did the Predator. Did this come? I think this came out before.
Oh yeah, I remember. Predator.
Yeah.
Where they were all going around the jungle.
Mhm.
I was just like, we've done that.
Side note, I'm looking forward to the new Predator. Even though the new Predator looks a bit janky, he is meant to be a younger, more inexperienced Predator. What's that? Predator Badlands. The Predator's actually a protagonist, which is weird. Anyway, enough about that. Yeah, this is probably one of the most iconic films. Like, there's some good, for the time, practical effects. My god, they have aged really poorly. like the grim bit where he's like performing surgery on himself after the car crash. And he like slices his arm open and is fiddling with it. He cut his eye out. Which is grim.
The cleaner was like knocking.
He was knocking and he scanned and was picking the result and it was like, fuck you, asshole. Yeah. You wait till the sequels when he's... The second one especially, spoilers for you a little bit, they reprogram a new one to be a good guy. John Connor's been born at this point and he tries to make him more human. Like, that's where he goes, hasta la vista, baby. Yeah. It's very cheesy. It gets weirder later on when they... Anyway, like with another episode, a special episode that's coming out in a few weeks, we're getting sidetracked.
Huh?
Not with you, what me and Morgan did. He's back. We did a film. Like I don't even think he's in double digits of these reviews, and we're on like episode... Yeah. You know, the film we watched a couple of days ago? Yeah. Yeah, give her a minute, she gets there in the end. But yeah, it's one of those films where we go off on side tangents about other films in the franchise. But yeah. Really enjoyed it. This film is up there as one of my favourites. It's so cheesy and campy. It also has Lance Henriksen in for about 5 minutes. He's also in Alien. And you know him from Detroit.
That was weird.
It's always weird, and when you... It was like when we did Cabin in the Woods, and Marcus was in it.
Oh my god, yeah, that was super weird.
It's always weird. Especially when it's characters from video games in movies. Movies, like characters from movies in other movies, you just are like, it don't matter. But if you see someone from a video game, you go, it's what's his face from that game? Yeah. I'm glad we got round to the Terminator. I'm really looking forward to doing the second one because I love that one just as much as this one. It's regarded as just as good as this. It's gonna get mad when we do the later sequels though. Oh boy. But yeah, what were your thoughts for your first sort of time watching this?
Well, I stopped my Diamond Art
Yeah.
Watch it, so.
I was like, I'm just gonna put the film on so we can review it, and you were like, cool, you don't mind if I just keep doing the diamond art? And you were so engrossed by the weird sex and Arnold Schwarzendonger that you were just like, oh, I'm gonna watch it, and then you did, which is...
I watched it for the plot.
You watched it for the dongs.
No.
To be fair, the dong was in like the first 10 minutes of the film, and then it was over. And then there was a bit of awkward sex that you knew was going to happen. You were like, is he John Connor? I was like, no.
I'm so glad I have. That was my first time, and I took notes from that film.
It's for like man had penis and bum out. We also had an awkward sex scene with boobs. That's the film. People die. Yeah. Like I said, going back to the special effects, they're dated, obviously. But the Terminator, I believe, isn't CGI. I believe he is a stop motion. Like when he's just the skeleton, I believe he is a stop motion puppet, which is why he looks janky. Because you were like, oh, the CGI doesn't look great, but I think he was stop motion. I can't believe they made a film all about the guy from Call of Duty that you can't even buy anymore because his skin's broken. I can't believe they did it 40 years before the game came out. But yeah, other than that, we'll do our best kill, worst kill. The worst kill can basically go to all of the off-screen deaths, because there is a lot of them. Like, you could say all of the Sarah Connors that isn't the main Sarah Connor. Other people that have died. Like the store owner, Dick Miller. Another horror icon. Where he's like, he wants a plasma rifle, and he's like, what? Fair enough. Best kill, I think... I want to give it to the Terminator himself. But... I want to also... I think I'll give it to the Terminator himself finally getting, like, flattened by, like, hydraulic press. But I have to give an honourable mention to the entire scene where he just goes ham on all of the police. Including where he crashes the car through the front of the fucking cop shop. And kills the mannequin behind the counter. But yeah, honourable mention to that, but I think the Terminator himself, the T-800, has to get it. Because it's something that isn't a gunshot death. Get used to it. There's a lot of them, if you couldn't tell. The second one does go a bit more out with the horror. And the more gory deaths with Robert Patrick as the T-1000. He is a fucking scary bloke in that film. But yeah. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up there. Maybe shorter than usual, it might not be. I don't know, I'm not checking time. It's hot. We're sticking to each other as we record this. But yeah. That about does it. I've been your host as ever, Purplemin8, joined as ever by the Obsidian Nook. I forgot your name for a minute. This one that lives with me owns the cats. Her links you can find in the description alongside all of mine and Morgan's if you wish, I guess. I mean, I run all of our social medias anyway. He just uploads every once in a blue moon, unless I have to beg him repeatedly. But yeah, you can find our links in the description down below. And, oh god, we'll see you next time.